All right, in this episode, we're gonna be rebuilding our BGE, our 6.4 liter Hemi that we took a chance on. We had coolant in the oil, did an oil analysis on it, and no filings in the oil, so we're gonna refresh this. We're gonna get rid of the MDS. We're going to put a upgraded cam in there, put some new gaskets in there, but I'm still a little bit leery about the coolant getting in the oil, so I'm gonna get Baxter to give me a hand, because if I still get coolant in the oil, I have somebody to blame.
Painful.
Here we go.
Am I stuck in a time machine? I've never been where I'd like to be. Real love might be beautiful. How would I try to walk to the deep end? All it takes is a little spark. I'm sick and tired having to pretend. The forest fire that will break your heart.
I know one thing we haven't done.
What's up?
HEMI.
We haven't done a HEMI swap. What is this?
6.4 HEMI out of a 2015.
All right, so we got this transmission. We don't know anything about it. You know, we bought these together, but apparently these were never mated together.
Took this one apart. We can take some pieces out of here and put it in this one.
I want to introduce Baxter into kind of engine building and feeling comfortable with it. Now for the MDS delete, all it is a plastic plug. All right, so in our last episode, I mentioned that we had the wrong spline count, and we bought that input shaft, but it was still the wrong gearing. And I said that in the video. Within an hour, we had about 20 emails with a solution for us. I have a transfer case, I have a transfer case. And I want to thank every one of you guys for helping us out. This is like, the car community is awesome. But Zach actually reached out too. And you guys might remember Zach from Power Tour.
It's good to see you, Rich.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
And we thought, you know what, we haven't seen Zach for a while and we need to catch up. You're a couple hour drive, but it's worth the drive.
Yeah, and you know, it's like when you got parts and a friend needs it, it's like you just give them up because you don't need them.
You've got a couple of them laying outside, so it's full of water.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because this is the part I need, right?
You're
here.
after just that piece,
Just that.
and hey,
Awesome.
if it gets you on the road, I'm happy.
Yeah, thanks. And I want to check out your Hemi Gremmy.
Yeah, the Hemi Gremmy.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, let's go check that out. Yeah, the guy we bought this car from, I didn't tell him I had a YouTube channel or anything, and I didn't tell him I knew anything about cars because he was the type of guy where he was like, he wanted it to go to a good home. And he was like, man, he's like, it's so nice, you're gonna keep it original. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna make it run better. Like, so
the Chevelle's done.
Chevelle's done, and
that means instantly into a new project.
this is what's next on the chopping block.
That's
a
awesome.
numbers matching Gremlin X that came factory with a V8.
Really?
Yes, yeah, 5 liter factory, very rare option. I was told that there was like 5,000 of them made or something like that, and the only proper thing to do is to put a better 5 liter motor into it. This is a 5.7 out of an 08 2500, so it didn't come with MDS. For a junkyard motor aspect, this was the best option to go with. Obviously, you dressed it up so it looked like a car motor, so car front accessory drive, like Chrysler 300 intake, and just an adapter plate to put an LS throttle body on it, and we're going to be running the Holley Terminator on it. So
Right on.
yeah, should be a pretty slick little setup in this
Right
car.
on. It looks like it was supposed to be here.
It is a tight engine bay, that's for sure, but I mean, it's in there, it looks good. New transmission, 4-speed.
Okay.
So it's like, it had a 3-speed originally, and then I opted out for a, better transmission, basically.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so I made the mount just obviously fit exhaust through.
Yeah.
Did a little kind of pipe in here so that the speedometer thing could still go in there. Trying to find a yoke for this transmission was difficult, but that was the thing. But yeah, you can see what I'm saying with like just trying to fit this here and make it so you could still take the starter out at the same time. It's definitely it's tight. And then we had to cut the oil pan, so it's like the sump is like
I remember seeing that.
super narrow. Yeah.
And then you had to cut the whole
But
frame.
hey, nobody sees that. But it's like when you look under this car, other than just the rockers,
Yeah,
it's just like
it's
all,
very clean.
all these like the frame boxes and everything's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Yeah, floor's all there.
Yeah.
This is pretty mint. I can see why he would be upset you butchering it.
Yeah, he. I don't want to say it was cheap. Like, my sister really wanted the car, so she was like, I don't care, I'll pay whatever.
Oh, so it's your sister's car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had no desire to own a Gremlin, so.
What's wrong with the Gremlin?
Nothing wrong with a Gremlin. It's just like, it's a good car, and they're cool. It's just, they're kind of like Chrysler people, where it's just like, they're all about numbers matching. So they really grind your gears, you know, like if you change anything. So nothing wrong with that. We need those people out there.
Well, if you guys want to see it, head over to Tukes and Tires. We've done a few videos with Zach. We also have a video coming out on his Chevelle race cars turned street car. And then we'll have to come back and drive this when you're done this.
Hey, for sure. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, right on. Well, thanks for the transfer case, man.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
We're on our way back to build our Hemi. And you want to race, see who gets it done first?
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
And then actually race.
Okay.
Wagoneer against Gremlin.
Sounds like fun to me.
Nice.
Let's do it.
So engine rebuilding is like therapy, but the first 20 engines that I rebuilt are very nerve-wracking. When you turn that key, did I do everything right? So it doesn't help now that we've got phones in that to record yourself and go over it. Make sure you didn't forget to torque something. One loose rod bolt and you got a piston hanging out the side. One wrong bearing insert and you've got no oil pressure. So it's nice to spend a full day in the shop just cleaning all the parts, organizing all the parts, and this was somebody else's project. So somebody else already tore this apart. I realized I'm missing one push rod, which I didn't realize, so I gotta go order that. So you'll run across those things, but you can't have too many distractions. And we've rebuilt plenty of these in the shop already, but I wanna introduce Baxter into kind of engine building and feeling comfortable with it. We'll watch what he does, and if he can do it, you can do it as well. So I've cleaned one surface of this block already. The history on this block was that it's a fresh rebuild, but it had coolant go in it right away. Now I could say it's fresh because everything looks new. There's no rust, there's no, there's a rebuild tag from Chrysler on it. I can see all the cylinder holes, everything is good. We're gonna put some rod bolts in it, some ARP rod bolts, just because we're gonna go over and check those bearings. We're not gonna take the main caps off. We're gonna put the heads back on again with some upgraded springs and then go from there. First things first though, we're gonna pull the dowels out. And we don't want to squeeze those dowels and wreck them, but the only way to get them out is with a vice grip. You can either use a socket or you can use a drill bit, shove it in there so it's a tight fit, and then when you grab it with the vice grips, you don't squeeze this and deform it because the right shape is in there. So first we clean it with a razor blade and get off everything that's obviously sticking out. Now with this being a fresh rebuild, there's not a whole lot, but Mechanical Stig, when he was down with Turbo Yoda, taught me this trick with a sharpening stone and a little bit of WD-40. You just run that over the surface and it's like 4,000 grit sandpaper and it's extremely flat, and just go over it. Try to keep it kind of even and it'll show up any imperfections. Once you get that nice little shiny steel, like a dull shine on there, that's good enough and we're good to go.
Nice.
A big issue with the Hemis is the lifters, and it could be the MDS, could be the stock, could be whatever. We reached out to our friends at CAMS and got the 856-16, which are good aftermarket lifters. And the first thing we're gonna do is just put them in a container and use some nice Pennzoil 0W40 and just let these soak while we're cleaning parts and while we're getting everything together. I'm just gonna let all that oil soak into all the crevices, kind of pre-lube that before we put those in.
I feel like I'm 60 years old. Back in my day, we didn't have no impacts.
Because we don't need impacts on, that's the only time I don't use impacts is head bolts and rod bolts and main bolts. These caps only go on one way.
Yikes.
Which way did you take it off?
That way.
All right.
Oh, are they cracked?
Yes, they are cracked.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Some bearings even come not cracked. You got to stick them in a vise and crack them yourself.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
I just take a grinder to them and split them across.
All right. So this really has zero wear. The rings look really good. Whoever put this together though, what do you see is wrong?
Those should be on opposite sides.
Yeah, what kind of donkey did this? They didn't stagger the
Some
gap.
Dodge guy.
Some Dodge guy. Now I don't trust anything they do anymore.
It's probably all it was.
It's probably all it was. So these are aluminum.
Yep.
So when you tighten this,
Yep.
it doesn't do any damage to the
Piston.
piston. Now you don't want to reef on it. You don't want to change anything. You just want to hold it so you can put your piston ring compressor on there. Kevin, if you're looking for your oil gun, I have it. I've had it for like 6 months. I'm just ashamed to admit it. Basically, when something's missing, the first thing you do is call Kevin, and the first thing he does is call me. Kevin, where's my whatsoever? All right, so I did 5 of them. We'll do the last. We'll do the last 3 together.
Needs my help again, eh? Oh yeah.
So crack that loose. So the reason I don't like impact is because this is a cracked surface, so it's like granulars of steel, right?
Okay.
So we use this tool.
Back in my day.
Like your grandfather, but there's no damage to it and it's not that much slower. So I'm gonna take that out.
Yep.
I'm gonna take this one off. I'm gonna push this out the bottom. You wanna be careful that you don't bang this up against the crankshaft. You don't wanna scratch it. You don't wanna do anything that messes up a nice, fresh engine. And because it's new and there's no ring land, you should be able to just push the piston out the bottom.
How do the rings look?
The exact wrong spot. So when your piston is going down, it rocks this way, right?
Yeah.
And as it rocks, this your force is on this side and on or one of the tipping sides. So right now they got the gap right in the worst spot, and the other got the other gap at the
So
exact
it should
worst
be
spot.
right here.
It should be lined up with the pin, so they're 90 degrees off. So it should have the gap. If you've got multiple rings, you stagger them on one side of the pin and the other side of the pin.
Okay.
Because there's only 2, you can go center in the pin and center in the pin. So we're just gonna scrape some of that carbon off.
Yep.
And we're gonna reuse them because there's no hours on
You
this.
putting the EGR back in this thing? I'm not putting the EGR back in my truck.
And in 1989, they did not have an EGR on their AMC. Maybe they did.
What year is that Jeepster?
That's 89, isn't it?
Perfect.
A little bit of engine oil, just lubricate that back up. And the reason I'm pulling this is just because two of them had just a tiny little ring lands where water was sitting, I think.
Okay.
And I just want to run the hone through it, and like, well, might as well do all of them.
And it's not a bad idea because of those rings in the wrong spot too.
Yeah. So the hone, like, there's still a crosshatch, but I just didn't. It wasn't this one, but there is still a crosshatch. So I don't need to do anything excessive. A nice crosshatch gives you like a 90 degree. So you want to turn the drill slow and move it up and down fast. Lubricate it with some WD. So don't go full throttle, obviously.
Oh really? Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we need. See the nice crosshatch where it's like a 90?
Yep.
Take a piece of paper and stick it in there. You kind of want to see the crosshatch on that 90. Yeah. So most of your action happens in the top half of the piston. Like all your energy's gone by the time you go down half.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about the bottom half of the cylinder. You just worry about the top a little bit. A little
Okay.
brake clean all the way around on the journal and then the bottom of the journal and a little bit in your face.
Should have got that reaction on video.
Oh, it burns. Oh, it dries it out.
Cleaning the windshield off.
Cleaning the windshield.
Yeah.
Oh. A little bit of lube in the top. We want lots of oil. And then we're gonna take the bearing, put some assembly lube on it.
Right.
Hitting the crankshaft.
Oh yeah. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
That's all there is to it, eh?
That's all there is to it.
I
I'm
could
gonna
probably
flip
do
her
this.
over. So the crank's at the bottom so that you make sure you don't hit it, right?
Okay.
You can grab it, pull it up to where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Then we take our rod cap, make sure that your things line up. Put a little bit of lube on the ARP bolts, the bottom of the head and the threads so that you get an accurate torque.
Oh.
And the first setting is 30 foot-pounds.
Did it?
Touch more, yep.
Really? Okay.
So this is, you don't necessarily need this tool, but it is super handy. It's just an angle gauge. So just don't touch this part when you're torquing it. But you put a nice long handle on it, and then you can set it to 0. And we want to go 90 degrees. Grab your nail polish that I asked you to bring from home.
Oh yeah. Stole this from the homeless shelter down the road.
All right, you're up. So the crankshaft is pretty far away from it, right? So you can push it down, just don't, you gotta catch it. I'll push it so we don't, you just catch it. Got her? All right. Scrape the carbon off the top of the ring, or like just on the top section there. You don't have to get, it's just gonna get carboned up again the second we fire it up.
Yeah.
And Holly likes to start off rich, so they're all black within the first 10 minutes.
Okay. So for everybody out there with a Dodge, this is about monthly maintenance you gotta do on your. So that's right there. The other one's on the opposite side. Perfect. Don't want it right here. Pretty sure that's all you do. I'll hit it a little bit more. Turn it around.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Tight?
Yeah, I think so.
No. See this play? I got like 6 clips out of it. So you didn't bang on it hard, did you?
No, just tapping it. You can rewatch the video.
Should we pull it out and double check, or are you confident?
I'm confident it's fine.
All right. So if your crank is at the bottom, you shouldn't have any worry about hitting it.
Okay.
Yep. So I don't like the small stuff. I do, like if you're confident. Let's see. Oh, there goes the bearing. I like tapping it.
Yeah.
It gives it chance to like not
Move
sit.
around.
Put it right, and one solid tunk, and then that's it.
Okay.
That's kind of the art to it. The ring is fine. You got another flat screwdriver?
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I don't like how that piston's going. I gotta check that again. Did you lube this?
Yeah. Wait. I think so. I don't know.
I don't think you did. Seems kind of dry.
That might be
Hey,
our
young
issue
buck,
right
you
there.
need lubrication. There's always time for lubrication. You don't just ram it in there.
All right.
At least you didn't jam a ring.
Yeah.
When you jam it in and it bends over, it really hurts.
So the cylinder's fine though?
Yeah.
That's all I care about. As long as I didn't break anything. Got it before I could.
So your rings are right about there.
Yeah.
Right? So then just. What's wrong with this one?
Maybe it's not me.
Maybe it's not you.
There you go.
All right. Row over. When you pull, there's 0 chance of you
Hitting
like,
something.
so even though you oil it, it like pressure, and then it goes. So you have a chance of hitting it. You kind of want to limit that as much as you can.
Yep.
So it only goes on one way, so you can,
Kind of taste test it.
yeah, taste test it.
Definitely does not go on that way.
Okay.
Let's go on this way. Oh yeah, goes on that way. I guess you do need a lot of lubrication on these engines. Taking time bombs. Try and make them last over a week.
That's okay. You gotta go up and down faster.
Yep.
Yeah, do that again. Quicker up and down. Quick, quick, quick. There you go.
Like that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's weird.
No. Wait a minute. I'm getting mad at that guy. So what was happening is this one, right where this mechanism is, was leaving a little bit of a corner, and just a little piece of the ring was sticking out and catching. This one does a much better seal. This is much smaller. If you see that mechanism, I think it's just this space here. So this one is trash. So I always use this one. I had that one as a backup. I think I got a shop and that one came with it. I always reach for this one first, but Kevin had it. It's Kevin's fault. All right, so biggest issue with the HEMI controversy, lifters and camshaft. So it wipes out the cam lobes, and we saw a little bit of wear on our old cam, but CAMS hooked us up with this upgrade. So a little bit more power, but not too crazy. I didn't want more than 600 lift. So this one's got 596 lift on the intake and 582 on the exhaust. And the duration is 220 degrees on the intake and 230 degrees on the exhaust, with 361 thou of lobe lift and 114 degrees of lobe separation. So it'll make it for a nice driver. It's not gonna be too insane, not too lopey, and we've got, even though you like the big lumpy cam.
Get a big chopacabra in there.
So this will bring it up to 3,500 horsepower, I think.
Get that frickin' Hellcat supercharger on here.
Lube that all up nice, but I hope the bearings get bigger as we go. The trick to the last little bit, without getting it all wonky in there,
Yep.
you just grab an extension or something that fits inside the hole.
Oh, like in here?
Yeah, and then you have a little bit to pry on still. Put some nice lube on here as I'm going in.
All right. That's all there is to it, eh?
That's all there is to it. Let's put the retainer plate on. 9 foot-pounds or the 3/8 pound. Now, some of the theory is that because these lay so flat, that the top doesn't get oil. And that's why you have the HEMI tick. What we've learned from doing our video on everything wrong with is that there's a lot of different theories and a lot of people arguing with no real concrete answers. But replacing the lifters with a good cam is probably my best recommendation. got our trays in, got our lifters in, got our pistons in, got our camshaft in, which means that we can put our cylinder head on. So we're missing some head bolts because you know, somebody else tore this apart. So we went with studs. One side is the proper way, one side is the improper way.
How do you know?
I was only gonna thread in one way.
Okay.
I think the coarse thread goes into the block. You automatically did the wrong side.
Well,
Instantly, you have it upside down. I always get it wrong the first time. You got her.
almost smoked it, eh? Ah,
Right in the
shit.
face.
It broke.
Oh, now I gotta get that out.
Less stubborn, eh? Because that just snapped as well. Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. So basically what I'm doing here is I took this one apart. Rich said that it's full of water, so it was worth taking it all apart and making sure all the parts were good. As you can see, it was full of water. Just basically what we're doing here is we're double checking everything, making sure all these parts are good. Because if not, we got a parts one right here. Or if this one's like totally shot, we can take some pieces out of here and put it in this one, or vice versa. Just making one good one out of two alright ones. Yeah, you gotta take that out a certain way.
Yeah, pop that out and let's see if we can just take the final drive out.
Oh yeah, you're thinking just that piece and put it in this one?
I think so. This chain looked really good. Everything else looked really good in this one. It's just the wrong piece, right?
Alright.
So, at least use the chain out of this one. I mean, you already painted this case.
Yeah, I guess. I used CRC brake clean, cleaned this right up, took a lot of dirt and grime out of it, and it should be good to go. So I'm gonna keep on going, rip this all apart, make sure it all fits. So that's our old planetary. Here's our new one. It's the exact same, I believe. Even those numbers are the same too. Those have different teeth on them. See these teeth and these teeth. They got a square. They're kind of more almost oval right here, and these are more pointy. This gear goes. Yeah. See how it fits. I don't know about that play. Oh, look at that. Got it right here. So hopefully that's the same piece. Yeah, it is too. And that goes on to... Oh yeah, look at that. It's gonna work too. So we're good that way. Put this old piece in here. Clean this up. It fits a lot better than the other one, but it might just be an angle or something that has to go on. Alright, so this was the original gear out of the transmission, and it didn't fit on there whatsoever at all. Then Rich went out and got this gear. It fits on here, but it doesn't fit on the planetary that's built into the transmission as well. This one is the one I just took out of the new transfer case Rich got from his buddy, and it fits on there. planetary works. So hopefully this planetary fits right in that other transmission we have. If not, then we'll just use the other transfer case.
A young guy needs a hand putting this in.
Sorry, I haven't been doing it for 20 years. It's been about a couple months.
All set.
Look at that.
Just make sure that the opening is never in an opening here,
Okay.
right? Because you want that solid across. Not that this has crazy tension on it, but
We're only pumping 2,000 horsepower through it, so
it is a Hemi.
should do. Okay.
So we got this all together. Baxter did a good job putting it all back together again. He forgot a couple pieces, so he's getting really good at taking this apart, putting it back together again, but that's okay. Now we run into the next problem where our center section, this nice heavy cast piece, does not fit the bolt pattern for this thing. I can't win with this stupid thing. So this is where you guys come in. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I think we can have that aluminum one to go in between here and then still make this up. But for now, send us the link for this part or what's going on here. I don't know. This is 5 bolts. This has 6 and they're nowhere near. I hate this stuff when it doesn't line up. It bugs me. Why can't they just make it so that it's simple and it's all kind of universal? But anyway, we don't have the transmission just yet, but maybe from your comments, we'll have it together in the next episode, hanging off of that beautiful Hemi. Here we go. All right, so with our camshaft, we're gonna do the cam phaser delete, and you can control that electronically, but there's a spring in there, and because I have Baxter working for me, who keeps asking me how fast things can go, I'm worried he's gonna rev things up. So we're gonna delete the cam phaser, and we're gonna put these beehive springs in here as well. So with the beehives, we just have to shim it properly. So this is the intake side. It's where your intake sits on. Intake is 60 and a 30. And these beehives are pretty tight, even though we can use the stock push rods. My tool here keeps flipping over. So I was gonna let Baxter do some of this, but I think if one of these keepers lets go, the entire engine grenades itself. So I'm gonna take full responsibility of this. I did one head already. We'll see what we can do. It's awkward because these angles are all, these valves are all facing different ways. And this tool likes to cut me, so now I gotta wear a glove too.
Cut ya.
Yeah, it's sharp. And wouldn't you know, I've got a left-handed glove, I got a left-handed glove, I got a left-handed glove, I got another, here's the right-handed one. It's a bit ridiculous. All right, so push these in, take the valve keepers out, put them in a pile and count them afterwards. Make sure that you've got all of them. Remove the beehive, the shim on the bottom. They come stock with one shim. So we're gonna get rid of this one. Then we're gonna grab a 60 and a 30. So we'll throw those on there. Grab the bottom. A squirt of oil. A new beehive. A top. 2 keepers. One on the top, one on the bottom. And release. So there's nice air operated ones, but I spend all my money on milk.
Milk.
So I got none left over for fancy tools that Scott's supposed to have. I'll definitely double check that you don't grab 2 of them, because it sucks when you have to take them all apart. It's hard to see.
Can't just leave them up there.
So I don't know if I can get this one in. There we go.
Yeah, hand.
You can't do anything because if these keepers disappear, the engine blows up. There we go. And rinse and repeat. And the exhaust gets a 30 thou and a 15 thou shim. That's all there is to it. You want to try it, Baxter?
I'm all good.
You want this full responsibility of like, oh, drop the valve.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Filming.
Yeah. That's what Aaron keeps saying too. All right, so we got all our washers and our ARP head stud bolts on there. And we're going 30, 60, and then 100. And starting from the center, working your way out, no different than any other head. 3 steps, I go in circles, and then I go across afterwards just to double check, and then I double up at the end there. We're gonna show you how to install this cam phaser. Lockout, and what this is the cam phaser that basically retards the timing in your engine about 15 to 30 degrees, and they do that during idle time because you don't need the power, and it's hard work to open those valves, and for fuel efficiency reasons we can turn this back at when you don't need it. Unfortunately, when we're giving it a lot of power, we don't want the option of this actually moving a little bit because the valves could kiss the pistons. So we're using our CAMS kit, which is basically just installing this little block-off plate inside. What this is a giant spring that allows us to rotate. We need to stop that spring from turning while we do that. So we got this little tool that grabs this pin right here in the front, and you stick that on either side. And then bottom this out and then tighten it 1 full turn yet. And that'll hold that thing in place. So on the back side, these are pins and they're bolts that are holding this together, but this pin holds the other half of the spring. So if you take this bolt all the way out, your whole spring goes like this and you'll never get it back together again. You know it's a spring because if you take all the other ones out first and crack it loose, I've cracked these loose already, you can feel the spring hit this bolt and it feels different. So you only want to turn that 1 turn. We can take the rest of these out on this bolt without taking that bolt out, and then we can drop our pin in there. Now we can spin that. Okay, so all we're gonna do is drop this in right here. Put a scooch of Loctite on this set screw and just tighten that in there.
What's the torque spec on that?
1,000 foot-pounds. All right, and this pin is longer, so that goes back in the hole that your tool was in. So that goes back into this one because that's what holds that spring in. So add a touch of Loctite to this. It's 14 foot-pounds, and that's all there is to lock out that cam phaser. And then with our Holly, we're all set to tune it without it. Now, unfortunately, your fuel efficiency is going to drop just slightly on your 6.4 liter engine. And everybody in Europe is going 6.4 liter. Are you using it to move houses? No, that's just what we do in North America. Because 6.4 liters is a reasonable amount for a family car. All right, torque that up. That's it.
Check it.
Now for the MDS delete, all it is a plastic plug that just allows the oil to flow through. Now this is also where the controversy comes in, because when you activate the solenoids, you shut off the flow to the MDS lifters. Now some say that's the cause because those that lifter and that cam lobe isn't getting the oil that's leaking out past. Now all the lifters get that because the oil just flows straight through. So whether that's the cause or not, I don't know. But regardless, our 6.4 engine is not as fuel efficient as it was before. Pop those in, that's all it is. And then with the Holley, there's really no tuning to do. Pop them in and you're all set. All right, so there's still lots to do on this engine, but we're gonna continue that in another video, including the high volume oil pump, which is probably the best upgrade that you can do. We don't want high pressure. All that does is raise the PSI at the high RPMs. We want high volume to get that 0 W40 Pennzoil to all those components as quickly as possible. So we'll do the front assembly after. We'll put the Holley harness on it. We'll bolt the intake and everything down properly, and then replace the oil cooler yet. And then we have a brand new 6.4 HEMI going in our 89 Wagoneer. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys. Definitely check out everything going on at thebossgarage.com. Plus all the other videos. We got the Fargo videos going on at the same time. The LC is moving right along. It should be running and moving in about a month. Just came back from BC where we did a pile of wiring on it, doing all of the high voltage running, measuring all the lengths of wiring for all of our CAN connections. And it looks awesome. I can't believe how well that truck is turning out. And then check out everything going on at Edison at the same time on their channel with the new shop and the semi builds at the same time. So much going on. Can't wait to show you guys all of that. But remember, it involves hard work and sweat if you want to do something similar, because nothing gets done unless you get your hands dirty. Because if you're not filthy, you're not rich. Here we go.